more than just us putting on our best face during the courting of a relationship, we put on a false face.
Yeah.
We put on a face that, and this is actually something I hear and see a lot of men doing, is they operate by what they think women want and what they think will get a woman to either sleep with them or stay with them, so that's why they don't talk about their wants, needs, and desires anyway, because they're like, women don't like that, right? So just by early nature, being inauthentic subconsciously, right? And so what happens is we're not just our best selves, we're a little bit of a false self, and we create these subconscious contracts with the other person.
Yeah.
If I do XYZ, I will get XYZ. So since it's subconscious, that means it's not consciously brought to the surface. It's not asked. It's not known, maybe to either partner. So after a while, if a man starts doing a lot of things for this woman and she falls in love with it, right? But he's subconsciously expecting something in return, not saying anything about it. Yeah. He internally builds all this resentment up.
Like a covert contract. So he does all these things. It's like that kind of nice guy syndrome, the archetype. Right. Yeah.
Right. And so that happens. And so when he no longer delivers that, of course she gets upset and resents him, but he doesn't want to do that anymore. Because it's not authentic, right? We can only keep an inauthentic version of ourselves up for so long until it fizzles out, until we get what we want. And then we don't really want to do it anymore. But now you've entered into a marriage where there's a false self, right? Under the premise of a false self. And women will do that too. So this is the second part. This is the woman that, he decides to maybe leave once he understands himself, is she has done the same thing via being more sexual than she usually is, keeping up with herself more than she usually wants to. Maybe she actually just wants to be a stay-at-home mom who, doesn't want to have a relationship really. And he doesn't find that out until after the marriage and the baby, and she kind of got what she wanted. And now she just nitpicks at him all the time. Yeah. So in coaching, what we do is, like you said, we bring it back to the self, understanding our own wants, needs, and desires. How do we ask for this in a way that our partner will receive it well? Right? Because my main goal is, if you're in a relationship, we always want to save the relationship if we can. Yeah. And there's no point in ending a relationship right away, because you're going to have to work on all these skill sets no matter what. So you might as well practice at least in the scenario that you're in, right? Yeah. So let's see how well you can get to know yourself, because if you've been passive aggressive, if you've been having these covert contracts, chances are, you've been subconsciously manipulating your partner. Let's see what happens when we're honest. Let's see what happens when we're a little bit vulnerable and intimate.
I think that's what hits men hard when they have been like that, when they feel like they've been taken advantage of. Yeah. And they what they don't realize is that they've had their role in manipulating as well as a covert contract. And I think that's a bitter pill for them to swallow, because they're like, well, hold on, I'm the nice guy. I'm the one who got fucked over here. What's going on? And they realize, actually, you're both manipulating each other. It's a bit like, it's separate to that, but another example where everyone talks about is the narcissist and the empath. Now, the empath, the hero, the narcissist, the bad person, but you've got two codependents in a relationship, and that's such a bitter pill for people to swallow. And there's not much worse out there than mental abuse from narcissism. It's very difficult for people to deal with, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But ultimately, having that kind of dyad, where you're the evil one and I'm good, doesn't serve you well going forward, because you need to recover. There's a reason why this person here ended up with the narcissist, or whatever you want to call whatever cluster they're from on the B spectrum. When you heal, these disappear. Until you heal, you're always going to be drawn in. And if you look at them as the evil bastards all the time and take no accountability, you will never heal. And I think that's the same with, on the flip side, for the nice guy and stuff as well.
Right. The empath is actually no better off than the narcissist. It's neither good nor bad at that point, because you guys canceled each other out by being symbiotic. You know, if you got married with one, like it's not to say you deserve that treatment or anything like that, but it's just like what we are used to, what we give benefit of the doubt, what we don't stand up against is what we take and tolerate and attract. So we need to look at the self. It's the only thing we can control. So when it comes to like the nice guy, a lot of men will actually see that they gave everything. And then what they'll do is a complete 180 and think, oh no, women only like assholes. And that's a totally opposite thing that you want to do. It's not that women like assholes. Everybody likes someone who understands their own needs, desires, and knows how to set healthy boundaries.